So we're going to talk about the lack of buzz, lack of hype with Doomsday. And part of that is just Marvel's own doing. Marvel is not in a very good place right now. We're going to talk about how the Marvel layoffs are affecting the company. In fact, the guy who came up with the look of the MCU is one of the people who got fired.
Yeah, that's weird.
Which is wild. We're going to talk about that. That actually shocks me. Like, I thought they were going to get rid of some of the underlings, but they actually are getting rid of the guy who created the visuals for the MCU. So we'll talk about his tweet and lose some of the reactions to it. But really, there's a definite lack of buzz around Doomsday, and this is after CinemaCon. They're trying to get everybody pumped for it, and I'm not feeling it. I think Marvel is basically headed down the same road that Star Wars is right now, where it's just the general public is burnt out. Doomsday is a follow-up to Fantastic Four, which I liked, and I've said before that I liked Fantastic Four, but I'm really not pumped about Doomsday. I'm just like,
I just think, I'm just tired.
I think most people are.
I think that's where it is. Like, a lot of people checked out after Endgame because they're like, hey, we wrapped up that 10-year arc. And also that was when the time, when Disney started doing their own stuff after that. We all know how those phases went. And now they kept pumping out so much stuff. And I think the same thing with Star Wars is that they got the streaming service and then they kept just giving people too much. And now I'm just like, and now they're saying, hey guys, go watch Endgame again so you can be ready for Doomsday. I'm like, I don't wanna.
Yeah, this is a very Disney thing that is like they're trying to reignite interest in the MCU, and I think that ship has sailed.
They're just gonna kill interest because they're like being so ridiculous about that. Like, you have to do all these extra side quests to know what's going on in the next thing. And it worked for Captain Marvel, arguably, because I think some of that was cheated, but it's not working anymore. That's why when the next movie came out, no one went to see it, because it wasn't necessary viewing for Endgame. And I don't think people are gonna go anymore. They're burnt out on it.
Plus, this whole thing is about the multiverse, and everybody is like over the multiverse shit already. And
it's exhausting just thinking about it.
Yeah, and it's almost like, okay, well, we ended Marvel on a high note, and it's like, but then and then some more. It's like the bedtime story that never ends. And everything that was done perfectly in Endgame, yeah, we're gonna undo it. We're gonna undo it so we can make some more money. That's basically Disney's MO. So let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And this is the video where we talk about Doomsday, which I really, truly, I have a hard, I gotta be honest, I have a hard time talking about any Disney product anymore. I'm so over it because we spent so much time talking about it that I don't even want to, even if they do the best thing ever or the worst thing ever or what, like, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I just really feel myself just being tired because, if everything was great, and for a long time, everything was good. Like, you could always expect to be happy about a movie because they weren't oversaturated. You maybe get like one a year and it wasn't too bad. And they were usually pretty good. It was something exciting to look forward to. But then it became like 3 movies a year and like all these shows and everything else. And you have to watch these to go know what's going on with this. And then it just became exhausting. And like, we saw something like that with webcomics, where if somebody had a big archive of pages, people would get burnt out on it because they didn't want to invest that much time.
Yeah.
And like, if you try to sit down and think, well, how long would it take you to watch all the Marvel stuff in, chronological order for the, the time period? It would be like weeks worth of stuff. And it makes my head hurt. I'm like, I thought about doing it, and then I thought about how long it would take. And then I was like, nah, I don't care enough to do that.
It's like One Piece. It's like watching One Piece, right? It started, like, how many episodes are? It's like 1,000. It's like, oh, okay. All right. So in like 5 years, when I get done watching them, then
there'll be 1,000 more.
There'll be like 1,000 more. They're going back.
People are tired, man.
They're going back to One Piece. They're going back to the beginning, and they're redoing the early seasons. It's like, come on, man. But it's popular, so they make more, right? So this comes from Kotaku. Oh, for God's sake, the Avengers Endgame re-release is now required homework for Doomsday. Yes. I like sassy new Kotaku. I gotta be honest. Like, lately they've been kind of staying away from the politics and going more into like, oh, can you believe this shit?
Yeah, and they're calling out but they're trying to be like us, where they call out what everybody else is calling out. Because this is the first thing I thought of. I was like, well, this and the fact that they're trying to make more money. So we're gonna put stuff in the new movie or the old movie that's gonna relate to the new movie, so you have to go watch the movie again. And I was like, homework, and they make more money because they're trying to they're trying to sell tickets twice.
Yeah,
and they're calling it out.
If they fundamentally changed the original movie though, just to accommodate the sequel, I'm like, that's some horse shit. That was like Back to the Future Part 2 when they had a new Jennifer. They had to reshoot the whole ending and add some stuff to it or whatever. So it said recent word confirming the Avengers Endgame was getting another cinematic re-release in September came with a warning that will now include new footage connected directly to Doomsday. So does that mean you have to go see it again to understand this is stupid?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They're basically making it that you're trying to say, well, to understand this, to make it connect, you have to go back and watch it again with a new footage added. It's like, why can't you just make the next movie connect to the last one without having to make people go to the theater again? Oh, that's right, because you can't sell tickets twice.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, they do sound sassy like us, Liz. Unfortunately, Deadline reports that co-director Joe Russo told the audience at the film festival, Sands Film Festival's weekend, it's critically important that you watch this new version, suggesting that rewatching a 7-year-old 3-hour-long movie is required homework before the franchise reawakens. For fuck's sake, it's critically important.
Well, I was looking just for the amount of time. I just happened to go look. Just so you know, to watch all the movies, if you watch 24 hours straight, it would take 6 to 7 days of continuous viewing.
Oh my God.
And they said that it would take 12 to 14 days of uninterrupted viewing to watch all the shows, Netflix shows, and specials with it.
Yeah, that's insane.
Now they're trying to make you go rewatch stuff you've already watched so they can get ticket money again for extra footage to tie into the next movie.
And that's kind of the problem with Marvel, and I guess even kind of a problem with comic books now in general, is that things get so big and so sprawling that there's no easy way to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be like, oh, we have a standalone, Spider-Man movie. Then we have another Spider-Man movie. That's cool. And Deadpool and Wolverine, I think part of the reason Deadpool and Wolverine was successful is that even though it did take place in the multiverse, the required viewing was minimal. Like, you had to basically understand the MCU. Okay, but I've seen Deadpool 1 and 2, and I've seen the X-Men movies, and that's all I got to know going into it.
Yeah, well, you might want some of the shows for the time.
The time
group,
yeah.
Whatever. I can't think what it is right off the top of my head, but
Time Force, like
whatever
Power
the hell it
Rangers.
was, I don't fucking care.
The TVA.
I honestly, this exhausts me. I feel myself drained just talking about it. But I thought it was interesting. They said that we're talking about what happened with with some of the other movies because you were forced to watch the TV shows, and they were saying that you had to force yourself through B and C grade movies to understand what's going on. Or
for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You had to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier to understand like the next Captain America movie. Captain Marvel, you had to watch the stupid, Ms. Marvel show. Ms.
Marvel, WandaVision.
It's not working. People are tired of it. They don't want to do it. Not to mention the video game tie-ins and shit.
Oh yeah, that's like we just got done recording a Star Wars video, and Star Wars, like Palpatine returned. Well, I explained how he returned in Fortnite. Well, who the fuck is going to play that? Especially if you're like a 50, 60-year-old man who grew up watching Star Wars. You're going to go play Fortnite just to see how Palpatine came back? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, literally, because these last two videos, I am just physically like tired and drained talking about it.
I really dislike talking about Disney shit at all anymore. I mean, I used to be just gobsmacked at stupid decision after stupid decision, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, I literally would rather talk about like internet privacy or something that's really dry than talk about this shit. Because it's just
exhausting. And they want it, and then they want people to come and watch these movies again and extra things and go watch this and do this homework and that homework to go see a new movie. And the whole thought, if we're already exhausted just talking about this, the whole thought of that is just like, no thanks.
So that sounds like they're just snapping all this. Okay, so this confuses the hell out of me. Okay, pencils ready. They said the MCU, after years of bombarding us with movies, has gone awfully quiet as of late. 2024 saw Deadpool and Wolverine, which was kind of they said mostly disconnected. And that's it. That's really all you need to know is, oh yeah, I've seen Deadpool. I've seen a couple X-Men movies. Oh, it's Deadpool and Wolverine. And he's wearing the yellow costume. Cool. Let's go see that. And there's been a year-long gap between 3 okay-ish films. This year's Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah. Okay, films. Which one are we talking about? 3 years.
I'm assuming they mean like the Thunderbolts and those.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
The other
Yeah.
Captain America movie and stuff.
Yeah. So that'll be the first Spider-Man movie in 5 years, and the only other 2026 title is Doomsday, the first Avengers movie in 7 years. Bizarrely, Doomsday is said to begin immediately following the events of Endgame, despite the stretch of time and indeed the 12 movies that have chronologically occurred in the interim.
Right. I wonder about that too. I thought that was weird.
We just like pretend it didn't happen.
I don't know. I thought that was weird too. When they said that, I was like, "But what about the others that happened?" Yeah, I noticed that myself.
That's just well, you know what though? That how comic book is that? Like, let's just pretend this entire run didn't happen. Let's just pretend, this character's different. Let's just pretend Spider-Man was never married. Let's just whatever. According to Joe Russo,
we care.
Pretend, yeah. Look. The reason this movie exists, full stop. The only reason it exists. It's not art. It's not that they want to tell a story. They're like, how can we replicate Endgame? How can we get another Endgame like box office? Okay, let's just do a sequel.
I can just shorten it. The only reason this exists is because they're chasing money.
Well, that's every business for everything.
No, but like this movie, these
this is the most blatant.
Particular.
Yeah, is the most blatant. They're like, wow, Endgame was a huge hit. We need another one of those. So let's just
get the Russo brothers back again, and then we'll just do it as the same thing. It's the same thing.
We'll make them go see Endgame again, so we can get some more money, and then they can go see Doomsday, which is basically another Endgame, but not as good.
Which I think is overly cameoed.
It's just cameo. Everything I've heard about this, I have heard like some spoilers, plot leaks, whatever. Everything I've heard is basically like, oh, you guys like cameos? Like they took the wrong. They got the wrong takeaway from Deadpool and Wolverine. They're like, oh, people like cameos. Like, no, they just thought it was a funny movie with Deadpool and Wolverine. They're like, oh, I'll just get more cameos. Deadpool and
Wolverine.
Yeah, let's put every damn Marvel cameo ever. I'm like, you put a bunch of cameos into Doctor Strange too, and that didn't really help. It actually made things worse.
Yeah. You get to a point where it's convoluted,
Right? They said, yeah, they're going to pick up on the stories of Captain America after the climax. So they're going to undo everything, every good thing. Because we had a perfect send-off.
I don't know if it's all good things, but.
No, we had a perfect send-off for Steve Rogers and, for Captain America and for Iron Man. And then we're going to undo that by confusing audiences probably by bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as Dr. Doom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go.
They paid him supposedly a ridiculous amount of money to come back, too.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh, and the budget on this, I'm hearing, is astronomical. It's going to have to make over $1 billion just to break even at this point.
Oh, I think this one might make $1 billion. I think it might.
Well, that's break even.
Well, okay. I don't know. You know what, though? I thought Avatar 3 was going to do a lot better. And it came almost $1 billion under the last one.
I'll tell you what, though. I don't know. I think people are tired of it. Like, I don't know how it's going to do. I think they're betting the farm on it. They're putting so much money into it that it's going to need to make crazy money to even make a profit. But I don't know how it's going to do because people are tired. They're going to have some really, really, really convincing, trailers and stuff to get people in the theater to see it. Because I think a lot of people are just like, nah, I don't care anymore. I don't think I will.
No, that's exactly it. Because to me, it's like, wait a second. I have to. It's not even like, oh, we've got an extra special edition of Endgame if you want to check it out. It's got some Easter eggs in it, whatever. No. According to Joe Russo, it's critically important to re-release the movie. In fact, we're going to be re-releasing it with footage that's set in the Doomsday story we've added to Endgame. Oh, great. So it's an opportunity to create a bridge from Endgame to Doomsday in a very unique way. And because that movie was so successful, we have an opportunity to re-release it and make even more money. You don't always get the chance to re-release because it costs money. So the fact that we can enhance the story of Doomsday by bridging it to Endgame and these characters that we worked with for years that we love so much and continue their story, it's really a unique opportunity. This reminds me of comic book variant covers.
Yeah, it's like the movie version. We went and changed it now. I mean, we're gonna re-release it with a different coat of paint on parts of it. But you have to go see that, or you're gonna miss out on some
super deluxe edition.
This is why Captain Marvel did well at the box office. People thought they had to go see it to be able to understand what was going to happen.
This is awful. Here's an idea: you could attach the new footage to the beginning of Doomsday, so we only need to pay to watch one movie. It's wild to suggest that fixing their own writing holes is this wonderfully unique opportunity for us, the moviegoers, to pay to see the same film again.
Hot damn, thank you.
But Russo is adamant. He continued calling the new footage a critical companion story and a setup for a critical. So it's not even like an optional thing. It's not even like a short, like with Incredibles, they had the one with Jack and the babysitter and whatever. Like, yeah, it helps to watch Incredible 2, but you really didn't have to see that before you went to go see Incredibles 2. No, this is a critical companion story, and it sets up what you're going to see in December. So you have to pay to rewatch the old movie or you won't be able to follow the new one. What an amazing piece of marketing. This is some bullshit.
What a way to treat an audience. You really have to assume that this stunt isn't going to be so cynical as to not release a new version of Endgame on Disney Plus ahead of Doomsday, right? Yeah, why can't they just put the footage on Disney Plus or something?
Oh my God.
But they're not. And then how many times are they going to do a Fortnite and shit before it comes out too? That you had to go play that to see this and see that.
Yeah, this is bullshit. So then as they're doing that, so how bad are things at Marvel that they have to re-release the old movies and make it like you have to go see it again because now it's super important if you want to follow the next movie? Pay pig. So they got rid of Andy Park, and Andy Park was the guy who was in charge of this is the visual development head. Now we knew that they let the visual development department go, but this guy literally helped craft the definitive look of the MCU, and he's been with them for like 16 years and he's gone. So something's up.
Yeah, something definitely happened.
Something's really up. So yeah, Marvel Visual Studios development 2010 to 2026. Director of visual development. Damn. End of an era. I was there at the start of the team that broke the mold 16 years ago. 40 plus films, 15 films led as director of visual development. I can be prouder of the history we made. My journey continues and I'm out the damn door. Rob Liefeld's like, this blows. You've been a cornerstone for all of the MCU successes. Unbelievable. You crushed it. Your work for them was the standard. Hold your head high. Let's do some covers. Yeah, I guess he worked in comics.
But here's the thing. I'm just like, why? So what are you going to do? Replace it with AI?
I don't know. Or we're going in a different direction.
We're going to outsource it.
We're going to outsource it. It's going to be manga
to
now.
places where it's cheaper, yeah.
It's going to be anime. Oh my God, that's what they're going to do. We're just going to reboot the MCU, but it's going to be all anime in Fortnite. We're going to reboot the MCU in Fortnite. And then you can pay us to watch all the old movies again, but done with Fortnite characters.
I don't know. I'm literally sitting here I keep saying it, but I just feel downright exhausted over the whole thing. And I feel that way. And I'm not as big a fan as other people. Even I was a bigger fan about the MCU stuff than you are.
Yeah.
Then I can't imagine how hardcore fans feel because I'm this tired talking about it. I can't imagine how tired they are.
Yeah, it's something. Look, and I talked about this in a video the other day, with Marvel Comics, and I think I ruffled a few feathers, but
oh well.
I
rip those damn feathers right out. I don't even bother ruffling.
I don't give a shit. Something is up with Marvel. Something feels very off. The people they're getting rid of, if they're not gonna just majorly change everything, why are they getting rid of the head of visual development? Why are they getting rid of the guy who's been in charge of sales at Marvel for like ever?
Well, it's because like you said, I think they're going to change things, but I think also they're trying to shift things around to either outsource it or do it AI because it's cheaper. But the sales guide says to me that they don't care about comics.
No, because the guy they got rid of, the David Gabriel, for those of you who didn't watch the other video, he was the liaison basically between the shops and the direct market and Marvel, and he was there for years, and just boom, he's gone. And along with a bunch of other editors. So that tells me that the changes coming to Marvel are more substantial than we're being led to believe. Mm-hmm. And
I'm not surprised. Anybody who's been following along shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys, but it is surprising they're going to make us pay to watch the same movie.
I'm not. I won't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sure somebody will go do it and they'll just post it online of what the changes are, and then everybody can just read it before they go. Save your money. Don't, problem solved.
Yeah, there we go. We got to wrap this up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.